Hello, friends. 773 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. This perchance happens to be a weekend. Nonetheless, it is not for those soldiers who are fighting, not for those civilians who are unemployed and facing the wrath of the war and climate degeneration. Let us start from the southern war zone in Kherson direction. No changes as far as Krinky Bridgehead or Antonovsky is concerned. In Zaporizhia front, Russian army advanced 200 meters between Rabotin Verbov. Fight continues towards Rabotin and northwest of Verbov. However, no changes here. In eastern Marinka front, Russian army advanced in north Novomikhailovka approximately 100 meters, and Nevelsky side Ukrainians carried out counterattacks and regained its lost land almost 200 meters deep on a 500 meters front. Russians advanced towards Zorzivka in the west, Krasnogorovka in the north. However, in south towards Pobeda, no changes. Avdivka in south Pervomaisky, Ukrainians brought more reserves, counterattack continuing. However, no gains. In Vodyane direction, where Russians have full control, they advance west of it despite Ukrainians' counterattack from the Pervomaisky direction. West of Avdivka towards Umansky, Russians made some gains. Towards Semenovka and Berdichi, no significant changes. Bakhmut Chasov Yar direction, Ukrainians carried out 4 counterattacks near Canal micro district in effort to stop Russians' onslaught. However, they did not succeed. Russians still hold entrenched in outskirts, and fight is now has started within the city. In total, Russians have advanced 700 meters towards Chasov Yar, and also in Krasnoye direction 100 meter. Soledar Siversk direction, Russians advanced towards Vimiki direction 100 meters from Berestoye side and also towards Vesely. In north Kupian-Swato Krimina direction, no major changes. Nothing towards Kupiansk, where fight continues in form of positional battle in Sinkivka, Kislovka. As far as Terny and Serebryansky forestry is concerned, no major gains for any side. ISW has observed that Russian army is increasingly using bigger sizes of mechanized assaults throughout eastern Ukraine. It also notes that this may be a temporary measure, but Russians are gaining with it. Interdiction missions, Ukrainians once again carried out UAV attack on Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. No damages were reported. Also, Ukraine declared that its top priority is to destroy Russian Federation oil industry. Russians used Iskander missile and also dropped more than 100 FAB 500 bombs with UMPC using Sukhoi 34 platform to attack Ukrainian targets. Palestine, Israel, Middle East. No significant changes as far as Gaza is concerned or adjacent areas like Lebanon front and even in West Bank. Yesterday, Quds Day or Jerusalem Day was celebrated globally with hundreds of thousands of people demonstrating in support of Palestine and opposing Israel's occupation. The celebration of this day started 45 years back, and yesterday huge demonstrations were seen in Pakistan, Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, Yemen, Jordan, West Bank. Also, to some extent in India, Bahrain, South Africa, Morocco, also within US, Canada, UK, Germany and Australia. In the terrorist attack on Crocus Hall in Moscow on March 22nd, a total of 18 are arrested so far. Somalia has expelled Ethiopian ambassador over Somaliland contracted port deal. Situation is also worsening between China and Philippines. Maduro has denounced a US secret military base that is developing in Esquito. There are disputes over this particular land where huge reserve of oil has been found between Guyana and Venezuela. While Iran is preparing to revenge the Israelis' attack on its embassy in Syria, US seems to have a secret deal with Iran so that Iran does not attack its own embassies or military bases. Funny, isn't it? But everything is possible between war and love, and that too when imperialist powers are concerned. Thank you, friends.